Joining me is Winfried Feneberg, who is the Superintendent of the Kearsarge Regional School District. I want to talk about the other opportunities. We're talking about sort of those opportunities, and it caused me to think, I don't think of schools and the word entrepreneurship. They don't tend to come together, right? But it seems like some of the things you were just talking about in terms of the partnerships with the Dartmouth-Hitchcock is really very entrepreneurial. Are schools across our country more or less entrepreneurial than they were a decade ago, do you think, or 2 decades ago?
Well, I think there has been more of an awareness that the world is changing. The world is the speed with which we do things is changing rapidly with technology and other demands, global economy. So I think there's an awareness that schools also will have to change and will have to adapt. The big paradox, obviously, is that as a public school, we are not producing a product. We are producing students and people. And that is a different process. There's not for profit. We can't sell something, we have to offer it. And that, I think, is for communities to understand that we are investing in our future. And every one of the students going through any public school carries that potential to bring the world forward, bring our country forward, and invest in that future. That is different from, industrial models where you produce something, sell something, earn a profit, and then continue that process.
So I want to circle back a little bit. I want to tease out this fundamental issue, though, between the entrepreneurial nature, changing the global society, the dynamics, technology, and at the same time, the fundamental mission of creating a well-informed citizen. How do you balance the core that has to happen no matter what, and those things that are going to change over time?
I think it's what we do. What public schools have successfully done by and large, and particularly in New Hampshire, I think, that we have dialogue with our business partners, that the Department of Education has been very actively engaged in the last 5 to 10 years in opening that dialogue with the business community, with institutions of post-secondary, the universities, and actually sit at the table routinely to see what are the needs that we need to train for. Obviously, we are not only vocational training ground. We are really developing thinking individuals. We are developing critical thinkers. We are developing people that can create and then apply that in different work areas. But we are opening up ourselves and inviting people in to assist, to share what they need, what the employee of the next decades will need to be. And our offerings, our course offerings, change along with that. You talk to colleagues in, say, Manchester or even maybe Boston, perhaps. Are the challenges different in these urban areas than we have in a much more rural settings? Yeah, I think the challenges are different. Urban to rural, but they are overall the same in that you have to service the child. And if you have a community where you have to bus kids from one town to another, for example, our vocational students, they have to take a long trip to Concord for the Career and Technical Institute at the Concord High School. That takes 45 minutes to get there. So that is a different challenge than someone who deals with perhaps higher crime rates, higher poverty levels. We are very fortunate here in the Kearsarge district that we are well resourced, and by and large we are living in an area where people can make a living and by and large support public education. That it may be a different challenge in big cities as well.
Okay, I want to continue that conversation, shifting it to the economic issues. When we return, we'll look at budget, so please stay with us.